The following program is brought to you by Pizza Productions.
Hello. I think that's probably it. Yeah, we're actually getting some good
My name is Pancho.
I came to play. There's a price to pay. Time for you to get down on your knees and pray. You say goodbye to the good old days. They're never coming back. Watch your future fade. I came to play. Get my dues paid. I guess you had a dream, but it can't be saved.
Hello, and welcome to another edition of the Totally Unnecessary Wrestling Podcast. I am Cody James, and this is...
Oh, I'm Kevin Porter. What's up, Cody James? How are you today, sir?
How are you?
I'm doing quite well. It is a Friday. That means it's the weekend. We're again recording a live
Everybody's
version.
working for the weekend, brother.
Dude, I always work for the weekend, 100%. So it's quite exciting, that we're here live at the Yakima Valley Community College once again due to extreme weather here in this town. It feels like, I've got smoker's cough. I haven't smoked in almost 2 years, dude. What the hell's going on with all the smoke on the West Coast, dude? It's crazy. It's crazy.
Well, not cigarettes anyway.
What's up?
You haven't smoked cigarettes anyway.
I haven't. Yeah, but I'm just saying, just that.
That stuff's
It's
good,
hazardous to your health out there, dude.
Man. Well, yeah, and plus cigarettes aren't good for you.
No, I know, but I'm just saying that the smoke from all the wildfires is
I hear some people who smoke, and they're like, ugh, when they cough, and it's like, do you have, like...
It's like, that's the beginning of emphysema, dude.
Yeah. It's like pre-emphysema.
Yeah, it's like
Probably
pre-emphysema.
post-cancer.
Yeah, I mean, that's like a little bit of pre-cancer, right? Just a little bit of pre-cancer there, so...
No, I think it's post, but
I think so. I'll take your word over a doctor's, Cody, any day. Any day of the week.
Well, the doctors don't even know what they're talking about. They're just guessing.
They're just taking guesses. They don't even know anymore. They don't even know.
Yep.
So we are here to report the week that was professional wrestling, Cody. I mean, we missed you last week. We're glad you're back.
Yeah, I was feeling...
We had absences on 2 of the shows. Jameson decided not to show up for the Dragon Ball Z Happy Fun Time Hour last week, and then
He
so
probably
it
got
was
taken
literally
out by
I was
this-
just
by
me
this weather,
the whole
too.
time.
He probably got taken out by this weather, too.
Which one?
He probably got taken out by this weather, too.
No, he was out of town.
was
And
out
I
of
was
town.
not smart enough to record on a Sunday instead, because we're trying to get a handle on the recording schedule for that. So, but nonetheless, man, we are here to talk about some
wrestling.
professional wrestling, man, and we are just about 1 week away, I would say, in regards to Summerslam coming out.
9 days, I think.
I think we are about. Yeah, just about almost as of Sunday. It'll be 1 week exactly before the festivities of SummerSlam begin in Brooklyn, New York. Which, of course, there's a lot. It's a second WrestleMania, Cody, in a sense. But the
It's
card
WrestleMania 2.0,
2.0 exactly, and
but it's not as good. Nothing ever
it's
is.
never that good. It's never that good. No, hell no, dude.
There was that really cool one where I believe it was SummerSlam, where it was Undertaker versus Underfaker.
Oh, 1994.
Yeah, that was awesome.
I thoroughly enjoyed
Because we
that
thought the
SummerSlam.
guy that Ted DiBiase was bringing around was,
Was it a
kind of the
Brian
real
Lee?
one, but,
Yeah.
we were sort of like, well,
I kind of thought
they're kind of hiding his face a lot. It's not him.
When
And then Paul
yeah.
Bearer just kept saying, "Oh, I got him," and even up to the last I think they were doing Raw at that point.
Yeah, they were doing
even
Raw.
up to the last
Yeah.
Raw. They didn't even have him on, and he just kept saying, "I got him," and we were like,
They had Liam Neeson or whatever. Not Liam Neeson, but what's it, Leslie Nielsen? Naked Gun fame.
Yeah.
Coming in there and doing the scouting for The Undertaker. Yeah, dude.
"Oh yeah, I remember that."
Yeah.
I remember those segments. Those were actually pretty cool.
They were fun, dude. I mean, dude,
They were fun, and they weren't
Yeah.
forced like they are now.
I mean, plus it was Leslie Nielsen, man. I was a big
Leslie
fan.
Nielsen is badass.
Yeah, I know, dude. You can't go wrong with Leslie Nielsen.
Between Leslie Nielsen and Godfather Pizza, that was like 1994.
Ooh, 1994 was a good year, bro.
Yeah.
People talk shit about WWE in 1994, but honestly, looking back on it, I have fond memories of watching wrestling in 1994.
Yeah.
It was officially my second year watching it, and it was like you had Bret Hart versus Owen Hart, you had Diesel
come on, that was
and
great.
Razor
They had
Ramon on
great
that
work
same
rate.
card.
They had great work rate, and
Yeah.
people were like, "This sucks. This sucks. We wanted to do a bunch of bra and panties matches."
Yeah. Yeah, it was, well, this was, ECW was on the rise at that point, which ECW hadn't even come onto my radar at that point. It wasn't until, maybe 96, 97 when on the Hispanic station there with them.
Well, I had seen it a little bit.
Yeah.
Not actually watching the actual thing, but I would see, they did this invasion angle in 93 or 94 on WWE Raw,
that was
WWF at the time, and I
ECW,
believe I saw
yeah.
Sabu.
That was 97, dude. That was in 97.
I think he came in 95 for a bit, and then they got rid of him.
And Sabu?
Yeah.
Sabu went to WCW. He was on WCW
Yeah, that's
in
what I said.
95. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said WWE.
Oh no, I changed it up on you.
Okay, man. I know it's we never talk about WCW on here.
But yeah, it was pretty cool because I was kind of like, huh? Well, I've heard really bad stuff about ECW, but this ain't bad.
Yeah, he wasn't even on WCW for that long. I remember.
No, 6 months maybe.
I remember as a kid.
I believe that's when Marty Jannetty was in.
Marty
as well.
Jannetty, man. There's a name that you definitely haven't heard.
He got booted because he broke someone's neck.
Oh yeah. Well, dude, there was a lot of reasons Marty Jannetty got booted.
Well,
from
there's
WWE.
a lot of reasons.
A lot of drug issues.
He cost him millions of dollars on that.
Millions of dollars. Millions of dollars. Millions of dollars. Millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember hearing some shoot interview and they were talking about Marty Jannetty smashing up a hotel freaking lobby or some sort of freak out of some kind and basically getting kicked out off the European tour and getting effectively let go from the company. This is what people come for. They're like, hey man, talk about Marty Jannetty.
Yeah.
All right, man, let's go to get into Monday Night Raw this last week, dude.
Come on, no one wants to hear about that. We want to hear about Sid Vicious and Marty Jannetty and Sabu.
It's way better.
When Sabu
That's
could
what we
actually
should
do
start
something.
covering, dude. We should just start covering
Just do a
independent wrestling.
Retrospective.
And do a retrospective on
Which is kind of what I was trying to do with the last half of the show for a while when I was kind of not scripting it, but sort of going, okay, here's sort of what we're going to talk about.
Right.
And then we sort of got away with that partially
I don't have no rules, bro. I follow no format. I'm able just to come on here and speak my mind about professional wrestling. Not here to.
Well, let's start talking about
Kevin,
Raw.
you skipped a segment.
Let's start talking about Raw.
All right, man. So we kicked off Monday Night Raw with Roman Reigns,
Oh, God.
Baron Corbin, and Kurt Angle in the ring.
Can we kick Roman Reigns off the planet?
Hey
to,
man,
Mars
hey man,
or
you
something?
kick the big dog out. You can't protect the yard, bro.
That was cringeworthy. When he actually literally said that on TV, I was like, why did I even fucking watch this shit?
Why am I doing this?
Why am I doing this to myself?
Well,
It's kind of like having your little sister grab your hand and go, when you hitting yourself? When you hitting yourself? I was like, I don't know.
I don't know. Stop it.
Or like that episode of The Simpsons,
Yeah.
where they kept poking his arm and he goes, ow, quit it. Ow, quit it.
It's that's what Roman Reigns is to us. We're just quit it, guys. Come on.
Pretty
Stop.
much. I mean, they got so much talent and they keep focusing on two guys, and it's like, why?
Why? Well, we're coming to the culmination, dude, of a 4-year journey. Okay, Roman Reigns' career has
A 4-year toilet flush. And I read something online that they are coming to possibly a new deal with Brock Lesnar to where he could possibly do both UFC and WWE, which I think kind of leads people to believe that he's keeping the title, man. At this point, I hope he breaks Hulk Hogan's record.
Yeah. Dude, I'm actually I'm not gonna lie, dude. The last 2 weeks of this whole Paul Heyman scenario that played out here, it's just I'm kind of digging it.
Yeah, same.
I'm kind of digging it because it kind of there's a lot. It's not just okay, Roman's gonna win, but there's okay, what is gonna happen? Is Kevin Owens gonna win the Money in the Bank for Braun Strowman, and then Paul Heyman's gonna take out Kevin Owens, and then Kevin Owens becomes the Universal Champion? And he's hit with Paul Heyman. What's going on here?
We're jumping ahead, but I hope that does not happen.
I don't know. That was just one scenario I thought.
I really hope Kevin Owens does not win the fucking Money in the Bank.
I don't think he's going to.
I don't think
I'm
he's
pretty
going
sure
to either
Braun's
because they've made merchandise of Monster in the Bank.
Yeah, right. That's a whole hashtag and a half right there. Yeah.
So I mean, I don't
spent
think
the
they're
money.
gonna go that way, but I hope. Here's how I hope it goes down. Roman loses again because Roman can't beat anyone.
Roman just loses again. Just clean.
Just clean in the middle of the ring. F5 number 17. F5 to the 17th power, man.
That's right, man. That's right.
And then so what happens is, the monster in the bank comes running out. Brock's hurt as he pulls. He always pulls this sort of thing where and it started at WrestleMania 18 or whatever, when he does the shooting star press and screws it up and almost breaks his neck.
Hey, man, that was in Seattle, bro.
That was in Seattle.
That was in Seattle.
Well, Seattle's bad luck for Brock Lesnar, apparently.
Well, I just don't do anything crazy.
Well, that was the last time he did it, but apparently he had done it before that, tons of times.
No, I heard about that was his
signature move or something.
Yeah, when he was coming up on OVW, that was there was all that. He's a beast and he could do a shooting star press. Kurt Angle was way too far out. He misjudged it.
Yeah.
And unfortunately for him, that was his only shot at doing it on the main. If he would have hit that perfectly on the main roster, we'd probably still see that today, maybe. Probably not, but
maybe. I don't know.
Maybe, you never know, man.
But so Monster in the Bank comes running, or not running, but
storming down.
Storming down.
Leisurely walking. It's leisurely walking.
It's not leisurely walking. That's like
walking at a fast
walking
pace.
with a purpose.
There you go. Walking with a purpose. That's a good one.
So he comes down. You think, he cashes in. You think at one point, he's going to lose. Brock's almost got him. And then Paul Heyman comes and just does something to Brock and screws him over like the way he lost it during his first run, I believe it was, against Paul White. The Big Show.
Yeah, the Survivor Series that year. Yeah.
I think it's going to be something like that.
I
think it could be. Could be just total garbage.
Something cool, man.
Anything, and there won't be anything of noteworthiness.
I just, I just gotta give, credit where credit is due to them because, they really have. And supposedly Paul Heyman's been the one that's been kind of running this angle in a sense, kind of writing it out. Okay. And dude, fuck yeah, man! This is actual decent television, dude. I thoroughly enjoyed the week prior that whole storyline with Brock Lesnar and not coming out. I enjoyed the shit out of that.
Fuck you, I'm not coming out.
He's like, fuck you. Yeah.
And then he comes out and he's like, yeah, I'm fucking out here now. Go fuck yourself. And I'm leaving.
He's like, Paul, we're not friends. And then that whole thing, Paul Heyman's like, I thought he was my friend the whole entire time. Brock Lesnar's selfish.
The other way they could go is that they're gonna have all this dissent. Everyone thinks there's dissent. And then there's no dissent.
And then he just comes back and helps Brock win in. It was a rouge.
It's sort of like maybe that.
Good, the fucking crowd finally left. Jeez. Apologize to our listeners here.
What was the
people?
It was Shawn Michaels and Sherry Martel, I think.
Yeah.
Versus someone, and we didn't know whose corner she was.
That was
in.
Marty Jannetty.
Marty Jannetty again.
Yep.
So it could be something like that. You don't know whose side Heyman's in.
There's a lot of different possibilities that could happen here, and
Those
I really
are the
hope
two possibilities that I hope to go with. One of the two.
I hope it's surprising. I hope honestly, come SummerSlam, dude. When we come on the post show.
Come on, give us a.
When we come on the post show that night, dude. I want to swerve, dude. I want a fucking major swerve. Because, dude, that's the thing is, wrestling's never fucking exciting anymore.
Yeah, something that makes us gasp.
It's never fucking exciting.
Something that makes us gasp.
Yeah.
And
it's like I'm on drug. It's like a drug that you're just
something.
It's like smoking crack cocaine for 5-10 years, and you're like, I'm just maintaining at this point. I gotta maintain my level of wrestling addiction
at this point, brother.
Yeah. But every once in a while you do something, and you're like, whoa, that's why I got into this in the first place.
And then they give you 3 more hours of total garbage.
I know it never lasts long. I mean, the whole CM Punk thing lasted a month, 2 months at the most.
They could have gotten
as soon as we saw Kevin Nash, it was over.
They could have gotten 3 years out of that angle.
Yeah.
3 years.
They fucked that up, dude, within weeks.
Yeah.
Triple H. I mean, that was
And people think that Triple H is the future of the company. He's doing so well with NXT.
He's pushing Leo Rush. I mean, that's all I care about right now, I suppose.
Come on, he needs to be pushing Tangerine Dream. He needs to be pushing Adam Rose.
Adam Rose? Oh, man.
Of the what's
you mean Adam Cole?
Is that it?
Yeah.
Adam Cole?
Yeah, no, dude, Adam Rose. I'm like, dude, that fucking bunny could not fucking...
No, not him.
Get a pop outside of a fucking garbage bag in a fucking... I don't know. He's garbage. That's what I'm trying to say.
No,
is Adam Rose.
That's who I meant. He's
Adam
part
Cole.
of that I can't even think of the word.
Yeah. Dude, I smoked a little pot before I came in here. A little spacey right now. Yeah, it's the fucking faction with the Red Dragon. Or not Red... Fucking American... fucking Red Dragon, motherfucker. So got the internet.
But anyways, we need to move on to the next segment from this.
What'd you think of the
trash
match?
heap. What match? Oh, the awful
Undisputed
Roman
Era.
Reigns
It's fucking Undisputed Era.
Yeah, the Undisputed Era. That whole thing.
Yeah.
That whole thing's pretty cool.
Yeah, fuck yeah,
But,
Undisputed.
What was the match? It was Roman Reigns versus.
It was Baron Corbin, which dude, honestly, like I said, kind of going back to like the whole the scenario with Roman Reigns and stuff, and like I like how he's been treating Baron Corbin like a little bitch.
Because he is.
Well, it's just like I don't know, because it's like he's like, Kurt, I understand you're just doing your job, and then he's just like punches him. It's like fuck yeah, dude. Like fucking Baron Corbin's a bitch. Like fucking treat him like a bitch. I don't know. I pop for those.
That's really all they need to do with Roman for over the next year.
Like I don't think it should have been a 3-segment match, but I thought it was still entertaining.
Just have him beat up people that no one likes.
Of course, man. Of course.
Bring back the guy who leaked the Page tapes.
Yeah.
What was his name? Brad Maddox, or whatever.
I liked Brad Maddox, dude.
Just bring him back. No one likes him.
I like Brad
Just
Maddox.
have Roman, trash him in a couple matches.
Let's get spear. Every time you see Brad Maddox, spear.
That's all he does, man. Spear.
Hey, man, Superman punch, bro. Superman punch.
Spear.
Did you hear about John
punch.
Cena?
What?
He did some interview. He's coming back to WWE on September 1st. He's wrestling in China or whatever. And apparently he said he's going to introduce a brand new move because he's known for his five moves of death or whatever.
It's probably going to be some lame move.
Yeah, right?
But next segment.
Yeah, next segment, which may not be that much better. I don't know. We'll see what your opinion is on this one. It was Bobby Roode versus Mojo Rawley.
I do not think I saw this one. I think I had to leave the room to go eat.
Apparently Bobby Roode came out very hot in this match, dude. Okay, so he performed a clothesline and a drop kick and knocked Mojo Rawley off the apron, bro. I mean, this is a fucking exciting action here, dude. I mean, this is a solid C grade from the Bleacher Report here, bro. So moving on, I mean, okay, all right.
Bobby Lashley, I think, is getting a little more in the groove. Still Bobby Trashley.
Well, no, it's not Bobby Lashley. It's Bobby Roode, dude.
Oh, Bobby. Oh,
it's Bobby. It's glorious, dude.
What are they even doing with him?
Well, that's the thing. They're not doing. I mean, this is an opening kickoff show match. I mean, that's all this feud is. Just opening kickoff match. And it's fine. It's fine. But I mean, I want to see Bobby Roode as a heel.
In general?
No, they're not doing anything with him in general. He's relying on a fucking shtick. That's all he's doing. A fucking entrance and a theme song.
Yeah, and he could be, the next Ric Flair maybe. Not in that same. Not the same, but
yeah, not that same level.
Like with Ric Flair and
isn't it make him a heel? I mean, he went through the same shit when he first debuted on NXT. It was like, all right, boring. You're a good guy, boring. Now it's like once he turned heel in NXT, that's when everybody got behind him, and he was a heel up until his debut. He literally lost the title as a heel and debuted as a babyface, 3 days later. It's like, what the fuck? It's
like they don't learn anything.
I don't think they fucking do, dude. They don't pay attention to what's going on down there.
No, they pay attention. They're just like, fuck it, who cares?
Yeah.
We'll do what we want to do. When you get to the main roster, we'll do what we want to do.
Yeah. Just real quick, at the end of that Roman Reigns Baron Corbin match, we did have Finn Balor come out at the very end, basically set up the finish with Roman Reigns winning. But that was the only time we saw Finn Balor, and it looks like we are getting Corbin versus Finn Balor, the rematch from Extreme Rules. So that's gonna happen.
Yeah, because woo, you want to see that again.
Speaking of other Bobbies, Bobby Lashley hijacks Elias' second documentary, which again, pretty boring shit here. Pretty fucking. I mean, it seems like Elias is definitely there. This is definitely a mid card feud. This isn't your opening kickoff match, but it's more or less the same. It's like, what are you guys doing with these guys? I don't know. Nothing,
because they're all as long as they can keep pushing Roman, and that's all they care about. They only care about Roman, and that's why people think that the entire show is garbage. I mean, what are we doing with Roman? Well, we got some stuff, and we kind of want to talk about what we're doing with. No, we don't want to talk about these other guys. We want to talk about Roman. What are we doing with Roman? And it's like, who gives a fuck about Roman?
Yeah, I know. It honestly kind of feels like they just throw this shit together. It's like, who can we put Bobby Roode with? How about Mojo Rawley? I love it. Let's run for it with 6 weeks. We got to get a 6-week program out of Mojo Rawley and fucking Bobby Roode.
And they have something great like the CM Punk thing.
Yeah.
That made him like the biggest thing.
Biggest thing since Stone Cold, dude.
And what do they do? In a month, they ruined that whole thing. In a month.
The slow build of Stone Cold Steve Austin took like like a year and a half, 2 years or whatever, from like 96 to 98 with him winning the world title. And like CM Punk, man.
Yeah, but
there was no moment. I mean,
he had a good.
He had lightning in a bottle, dude.
Like, he was in there for like a year. And I did not like him as like the ringmaster, and he was with Ted DiBiase, and they didn't really know what they were doing with him.
Well, again,
they gave him another gimmick, and
I mean, they never watched ECW or anything, dude. So therefore, they didn't see
watch
that.
ECW. No, they did.
But they didn't.
That's so.
Then they would have known he was good on the mic. Then.
Well, they didn't know he was good on the mic, but they brought him in and thought, we're WWF. No one watches ECW, and we can just do whatever we want with these characters, and we'll build them and
make
like
our
whatever
own.
we give them.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, we didn't really care for that. And then once he started, doing his own thing and basically doing a version sort of the ECW gimmick, not the same, but, tweaked that and, gave him a leather vest, and he came out and he doesn't really give a fuck. And
well, the great thing about Stone Cold Steve Austin is that was Steve Austin, man.
But the thing that really shattered the glass, pun intended.
Yeah.
Was when and apparently I heard some stuff like maybe Jake was supposed to go over, or Jake was supposed to give like a better match or something. I don't really remember, but he ended up getting injured in the match before, and so it was just sort of like a squash match. And so Steve Austin goes up on the podium and he's all pissed off, and he's like, you thump your Bible and you talk about your Psalms and John 3:16. Well, Austin 3:16 says, I just whipped your ass. And in a lot of, if you can watch the original version of the video, I don't know how he can hear it, but he can apparently hear Vince trying to cut him off and stuff, because he turns like this and he's like, fuck you.
Whoa, no shit.
He doesn't say. He doesn't say "fuck you," but he says something to that effect, and I can't really read his lips as to what he's saying.
Okay.
He's telling someone off, and he gets back on the mic and he says some more shit, and overnight, he was like the biggest thing in WWE.
Dude.
And then he did the Brett match, where it was supposed to be an I Quit match, and he bleeds, and he's like, I'm not saying I quit, and he just bleeds himself till he passes out. And with Brett, this whole thing could be a work. Because Brett's really good at coming up with angles and works and believability.
The work that lasted over 20 years.
Yeah, the fucking Montreal Screwjob.
Yeah.
People have started questioning that now. And
apparently, dude, I think people have been questioning it for 20 fucking years, dude.
Yeah, but I mean, I think the questions have really started going the other way, as this was all work. And like, no, Vince is never gonna let that happen on his TV. Really?
Whether it was a work or not, honestly, I think we talked about it before, man. Like, I don't know if we talked about it specifically, but I really don't give a... I mean, don't get me wrong, Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels are like two of my favorite wrestlers of all time, but when it comes to like the discussion of the Montreal Screwjob, like, I could give a rat's ass at this point, dude. I've heard every single fucking angle, and it's like, whatever, guys.
I think it was a total work, and I mean, you can tell this by the way he's talked about other certain angles. Like,
he's like 9/11 conspiracies, man.
Like, I believe the one with...
Did Vince screw Brett? Brett screwed Brett.
Or did Shawn Michaels screw Brett?
Shawn knew about it, but Vince didn't, so it was all orchestrated by Triple H.
Anyway, let's move on.
He was seeing Stephanie at the age of 14 now.
Now we're getting in this Macho Man territory.
No shit, dude. Yeah, no, let's keep this rolling, dude. We had
Vince.
We had Titus O'Neil versus Razor, which is another C+. Apparently, this is a better match than fucking Mojo Rawley and Roman Reigns, which got a C- compared to... dude, are they on the fucking payroll of WWE? I'm pretty sure Bleacher Report is, dude, because it's the first fucking, like, results page that you get when you just type in WWE Raw results into the Google engine, dude.
And you get the Bleacher Report.
Yeah, they're paying. But then again, they rated this higher than the Roman Reigns segment, dude. They're saying that Razor versus defeating Titus was better than fucking... That's fucking retarded, dude. I'm sorry, man. That's fucking stupid.
I'm sorry, but I don't want to see tag teams do singles matches.
And dude, they keep doing the same. Like we've been saying the whole time. Like, you beat this guy, the other guy beats the next guy, and then it's 50-50, and we go into a match where the titles aren't going to change hands.
Or they do change hands, and people are like, who cares? Like, the whole B team thing's already, like...
Yeah, we'll get there, man.
It's already losing steam.
Let's fucking steamroll through this shit fucking thing that was called Monday Night Raw this last week. We saw Braun Strowman versus Jinder Mahal. Mahal beats Strowman by disqualification. Got a solid B grade.
Somehow people are hoping that Jinder Mahal gets the fucking Money in the Bank. Like, how's that even going to be possible?
Yeah, how's that possible? Who the fuck's saying that?
People online, they want Jinder Mahal.
What do people have all day? Like, yeah, Jinder Mahal's gonna win. Dude, he's not even in the match. Is he gonna steal it? Bro, Cody, is Jinder gonna steal it? No. I'm telling you, man. I don't know. Just another I'm not really intrigued with this feud too much. I mean, again, like, it's just...
What feud?
Well, Kevin Owens and Braun Strowman. So, I mean, it just continues that along. We'll see what happens.
Like, what even is the point of this?
It's a Money in the Bank defense title, or briefcase defense, which is fun, I guess. But, you know, I mean, we just saw the cage match.
It's fun if you're, like, digging through a dumpster.
Just get your fucking butane and fucking light that shit on fire, bro.
Well, that's what it is.
It is.
A dumpster fire.
Dumpster fire, bro. Seth Rollins versus Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre, which we saw earlier in the night. Roman Reigns tried to offer his help to Seth Rollins, but apparently Stephanie was not about to have her number one contender in a tag match, second match for the evening for that person. But apparently it's okay for Seth Rollins, who has a title match at SummerSlam as well for the Intercontinental title, to get in a handicap match. Logic really not there for me.
Is there any logic to this? This is what happens when you have the guy head of creative being a woman.
Being a Mormon? Is that what you said?
Being a woman.
Oh, I thought you like because he's Mormon?
No. Being a woman who is the father's daughter, who can basically do whatever the fuck she wants.
Oh, yeah, it's her company,
acts
dude.
like she can do whatever she wants.
Yeah.
And Vince is basically a 70-year-old guy with low T and getting cucked by his daughter.
He gets off on that shit, though, bro.
Probably.
He probably sits in his office. Stephanie.
He probably gets off sitting.
Stephanie.
He probably gets off sitting in the corner. And Triple H give her the Triple H GH.
Give her the
serum.
Triple H GH. Triple H. Do it to her. Do it to her. He's gonna puke in her vagina.
Yeah.
You gotta make up for all this crowd noise, man.
Draws. You remember that whole gimmick in, like, what was that? The behind the mat or...
Beyond the mat, yeah.
Beyond the mat.
Beyond the mat, that's it.
Whatever the fuck that garbage is called.
Hold on.
He's gonna puke.
He's gonna puke.
He kept hyping him up for puking and stuff.
It's like, bro, that's not good for your throat.
It's not good for your teeth either.
Yeah, your teeth and shit, dude.
Eats up your enamel.
Yeah, that's bad, dude.
People who binge and purge,
yeah, they have fucked up
called?
teeth.
Not anorexics, bulimics.
Bulimics.
They end up having, like, rotten teeth and shit because of it.
Yeah.
If they do it for a long time.
It's like, hey, have you been smoking meth? No, I just throw up all the time. Oh, that makes sense.
Oh, good. You're awesome.
No, you can actually tell my skin complexion is actually normal. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. I'm recovering.
Recovering bulimic. Anyway, let's move on.
Yeah, okay, getting back to our tag team scene.
I'm not really interested in any of the matches.
I'm not really interested in this either. Like, honestly, this kind of week was... Monday Night Raw was pretty fucking boring this week.
Well, no, I'm not looking forward to any of the matches, really, from Monday Night Raw.
Well, it's like you said, everything's being focused on fucking Roman Reigns, dude. It's like everything else is just kind of hodgepodge. Like, I'm not really excited for the most, like... I don't know. I'm somewhat excited for SummerSlam, but at the same time, like, do I really care about Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy versus the fucking Revival?
I think you're kind of feigning excitement, and mainly because of SmackDown.
I like what they're doing on SmackDown.
I mean, like, have you been looking at the crowd reaction on Twitter for R-Truth?
Yeah.
People like Ron Truth.
I like R-Truth too, man.
So,
R-Truth's
like, why
cool.
is he not getting any gimmick or push?
He's
or
lucky to
anything?
be on TV, dude. That motherfucker's like 45. Like, he's getting at least a push at the most, I suppose.
I did like his crack on SmackDown, which, by the way, yeah, we are transitioning to SmackDown because trying
you
to
don't want to
focus
talk
on,
about Ronda Rousey in the main event, bro?
that 3-minute match was just such garbage.
Was that the record? Did you look up the official time of that match?
I don't know. I don't care. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, no,
I mean, I like Ronda Rousey, but they, in this sense as well, are ruining that even.
Well, it was a big, giant commercial for SummerSlam and her match
Pretty
against
much.
Alexa Bliss, which
Pretty much.
the whole night built up to that, which, good. I mean, dude, I'm enjoying Ronda Rousey as a performer, so I really don't have anything
but her
negative to say on
momentum
that.
is slowly waning. Seriously, and
Based
that
on
month off did not help her any.
Well, I mean, you can't. I don't know. Like, it built up at least, her confronting Alexa, I suppose. Like, it built it up to a point. And if you like in today's day and age with like a lot of this shit getting built
like
up on social media and shit,
It's like saying that the Undertaker match a couple of years ago, whatever the fuck it was.
Which one?
I don't know. The one where he didn't show up at all.
Any of them.
The one where he didn't show up at all.
You mean the one that happened like 4 months ago? This year's WrestleMania?
No, the one.
94?
The one with Roman, or the one before that with Wyatt, or
Yeah, he didn't show up for the Wyatt feud.
the one before that where
Yeah,
Yeah. You know what I'm getting at, though.
He was actually working pretty hard that year when he faced Roman at 33. I mean, he was in the Rumble and shit. Like, he was on Raw and stuff.
Well, the ones in the past couple of years where he's just not showing up at all, except for maybe like the week before to go, yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah, fuck it. They gave me $1 million. They gave me $1 million plus for this, brother. Easy money.
But I mean, did that push their feud at all? No.
Well, I think we're jaded as fans at this point, bro. Honestly, I think there certain
I'm not
times
jaded as a fan. I just want Ronda Rousey to get a good push, and
just,
having her
like
off
I said,
TV
it's
for a
not
month
exciting.
did not help.
Yeah, but they had to get to SummerSlam, so I mean, they did what they did. I'm not justifying it, but I'm just saying like it gets them to SummerSlam. I suppose I'd rather see the match at SummerSlam and on a bigger stage, at least what's supposed to be a bigger stage. SummerSlam's gonna be 6 fucking hours, bro.
It is.
Yeah, they're having like the pre-show for us since we're on the West Coast. It starts at 2, which fuck that, dude. I'm not watching no fucking 2-hour
No,
pre-show
I'm not
and then a
watching that
4-hour
diary.
event, dude.
I'm not watching that diary.
We're not even going to cover the kickoff show, bro. I'm
never
showing
do.
up at 4 and we'll watch the 4-hour event.
Yeah, and if they go over 8 o'clock,
Oh, they are,
gonna
dude.
be-
They're
if
gonna
they
go. They're gonna go 11.
Go over
They're
8
gonna go
o'clock,
8:30,
we're gonna be
9:30.
fuming on that
Yeah.
podcast. You better book it.
I can't wait.
And believe it.
Yeah,
That is gonna be such garbage.
it's
if they
gonna be
go over
so
8
fun,
o'clock.
dude. We're just gonna record the podcast halfway through the fucking pay-per-view just so we can get it done in time. Like, I ain't staying here till midnight, bro. Fuck it. I feel bad for people on the fucking East Coast, dude. All those guys that they're like, yeah, it's not getting over till 11:30 plus. I'm like, bitch, fucking 8:30 over here.
And then-
what?
and then-
I got work the next day too.
And
What?
and the thing is they gotta wait, in traffic, because once those things get out, there's a lot of traffic and there's a huge crowd. But
I
anyway,
know, and it's in Brooklyn too, so yeah, it's an East Coast
it's
show.
gonna have a huge crowd. You can believe that.
Well, it's kind of cool that, and it's kind of just off subject. I just want to say something that's kind of cool. I like that I will say positive, and this is jumping out to my mind, but like how like they're starting to expand and doing more like stadium shows.
Yeah.
Because like the Royal Rumble this next year, it's gonna be in a fucking baseball park. It's gonna be at the Arizona Diamondbacks stadium.
How many people can fit in that?
It's like,
son of a
well, it's the
bitch?
first time they've been in a baseball park since they came to Seattle and went to Safeco for WrestleMania 19.
Yeah.
I don't know, so just throwing that out there. Kind of cool.
But how many people can fit in that?
I don't know, like 60,000, 70,000 people.
I don't know. That may be pushing it.
I think like WrestleMania 19 was 60. I mean,
Yeah, but WrestleMania, they can.
it's a baseball stadium, bro. You can fit a lot of people in a
WrestleMania-
baseball stadium.
WrestleMania is kind of like Disney on Ice. You
Yeah.
get people to go to that because it's.
Well, they had like 60. They had like 50, 60,000, probably around 50,000 at the Alamo Dome
Huh.
a couple years back when they did that in 2017.
But
was fun.
let's see.
All right, man. So yeah,
Let's talk SmackDown.
Yeah, SmackDown. We started off with a Randy Orton promo. Randy Orton continues to prove that he is the hottest heel running.
Not to cut you off, but his heel.
Not to
thing,
cut you off, but I'm going to cut you off.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut you off anyways. But the heel
I don't
thing,
give a fuck this week,
the
Cody.
heel thing, the people online like not Jim Cornette, Jim Ross, and other people that are in favor of his heel run
Okay.
now, his intensity.
Do you ever listen to Jim Ross's fucking podcast?
No,
My wife hates him. She's like, the way he talks. She like makes fun of his Bell's palsy. I think that's why. I don't know.
I'm gonna have to cut a promo on your wife right now.
No, she doesn't make it. It's not because of the Bell's palsy. She just doesn't. I mean, I don't know. She has her reasonings.
Yeah, we've got Bell's palsy.
It's not because of the Bell's palsy though. It's just because like
It
the
is
way
because of the Bell's palsy though.
it's
She
that
doesn't-
southern fucking draw, bro. He's all about barbecue and shit.
So
So
he's probably got some good ass barbecue sauce.
yeah,
I want some.
we should buy some. We should order it.
I need to tell this kid to get the fuck out of here. He's trespassing. What about
it's
these
like-
kids? What about these little
A
fuckers?
little bit behind the scenes, you know, yeah, because it's so fucking hot here. We're forced to come endure the air conditioning here at our lovely community college. And like before we started recording,
You know what? We're
And
not
these
even
loud
talking
people
about.
eating
We might as well
sandwiches
talk
down
about
there.
horror movies at this fucking point. We're not even talking
this
about
is like
shit.
the worst episode we've ever done, dude. The crowd noise on this shit.
The
like,
crowd noise.
This is the worst
fact
episode
we
we've
can't
ever
stay
done.
on topic for 3 seconds. Anyways, how did you feel about Randy Orton's, his heel turn and his promo that he cut on?
I wanted to talk about the little kid that got kicked out by the security guard before we started recording, and then this other kid's over here throwing his water bottle. It's like, what the fuck? Aren't kids allowed around here? Like, I don't know. Security. I don't know.
Don't call him.
Don't go. Shut the fuck up, Kevin.
He might kick us out.
Yeah.
Who the
Well, it was
fuck
like a couple
you,
times
man?
he's walked past us. He's like, "What you guys doing with the fucking microphone?" It's like, little does he know we don't go to school here.
I do.
We're just using the fucking facility. Oh, you do. I don't.
Well, that's your problem. We'll kick you out.
Like
sit
I
here with
have
the
proper
stuff
ID.
I'll sit here with the stuff and I'll finish the podcast.
You think so? Yeah. We'll just let you finish the podcast. Yeah, for sure, dude. Hey, it'd be easier for me, man. I'm recording about 6 hours of podcast within a 48-hour time frame. Like, I'm all talked the fuck out at this point.
I thought Randy Orton's little promo was decent.
Thought it was fun.
I mean, I think his heel turn's been good because I mean he's been a face for like 3 years and it's gotten boring as shit.
His shit was, he had like worst feud of the year, 2 feuds in a row with Bray Wyatt and freaking, I mean, because like at the beginning
And
it was
Jinder Mahal.
promising, but yeah, and then Jinder Mahal. Beginning
Yeah,
was
the worst
promising,
match of
but-
the year I think with that bootleg fucking deletion match.
Oh god,
What was
that
that?
fucking
What was it?
abortion of a fucking match.
What was that? What was it called?
I don't like a House of Horrors or some shit.
House of.
I don't fucking remember.
It was
the
House
name.
of Boring. That's what it was.
It was House of I don't give a fuck, Bray Wyatt. Go back to fucking NXT, dude. I don't know. I like Bray Wyatt, and like when he first debuted, I enjoyed it, but it's just like I don't really care anymore. I don't really give a
I
shit.
don't really care about any of these people anymore.
I don't really care either, dude.
Like, I care about AJ Styles.
I'll talk about New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Shinsuke Nakamura, which I've heard some rumblings that he's thinking of leaving. And that's
Well,
the
his
only reason he got
contract's
the belt.
coming up. I don't think he's gonna leave, dude. He's making so much fucking money.
I don't know. He's been saying that he wants to go back to New Japan, I heard.
He's saying, or just people are fucking gossiping. These are the same fucking keyboard warriors you were talking about earlier. They're saying fucking Jinder Mahal's gonna win the Money in the Bank fucking contract. You know, these are fucking jabronis, bro. These people don't know what the fuck they're talking
I
about.
hope the Sheik humbles them.
Oh man, the fucking Iron Sheik is the best, dude. I love the
Yeah.
Iron Sheik.
I go
Oh
with
fuck you, jabroni.
Jabroni.
No, we. I don't know if you heard hopefully you listened last week, dude. But at the end of it, I tagged on because I didn't talk about it, but with Nikolai Volkov and Brian Christopher and those guys passing away, like all within that
Passed
day.
away.
Passed
They
away.
dead.
They did.
They dead now?
I attached at the very end a Nikolai Volkov singing the Russian national anthem, and it had a spot fucking with the Iron Sheik at the very end. So the episode ends. This is like America, fuck you. And like he's just like no, just basically talking trash about America and shit. So
Well, great. Now they think we're all liberal.
no, fuck you in America. No man, it was nostalgia, bro. Nostalgia. Come on.
But so yeah, what happened with AJ and Shinsuke this week? What were their?
And Jeff Hardy and Shinsuke.
Well, no,
AJ
I mean,
Styles
what
and
were
Samoa Joe.
those two doing? Because
All right.
they're basically.
Well, Jeff Hardy wasn't on the show. Shinsuke Nakamura wrestled
Oh,
our
Jeff
truth.
Hardy not on the show.
AJ Styles rebuted Samoa Joe from the previous week about his family, so we got a decent little feud going there about Samoa Joe talking trash about AJ Styles' family.
I hope Samoa Joe takes it.
I hope he
needs to
wins
do
it.
something.
I hope he wins it, but
But I have a
dude,
feeling he's not going to win it,
I don't
and,
think
and
he's gonna
AJ's
win
not going to main event. So
he's not gonna main event, dude. Like that's sad, dude. It's sad. He's
for
like,
a while, you're like, he's going to main event. He's going to main event. I'm like, yeah.
after
really?
like
Really?
two
Really?
failed attempts, like I'm just like nah.
No, it was more
not
like
gonna
3 or
happen.
4, but
Hey, man. I held out as long as I could when it came to that, dude. I held out as long as I could. So
yeah, I don't know.
no,
But let's see.
I don't know. I really
So why
hope,
was Jeff not on?
dude. He's really
SmackDown?
he's really
Is he
hurt
injured?
right now, dude. Like his back is just really jacked up.
Really?
I think it's his back. I don't know. No, he's got nagging
That
injuries.
whole
and
thing with his ear.
they're
was
just giving him.
disgusting.
Yeah, it was. It was pretty cool.
I mean, I know they were
I
trying
liked
to
it.
build Randy up as being like
I like the graphic.
just vicious.
Yeah.
But,
Finally alone in this building, you see that crowd noise stopped.
it was sort of weird. Like all of a sudden, he just pops out and he starts yanking on the earlobe, and I'm like,
Hey,
ugh.
what are you doing? What are you doing? You're really good.
That was so disgusting. It was just like so out of nowhere.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, there's that kid.
Is that kid back? Oh, he's still out there, dude.
I'm
Security's
gonna
gonna
arrest
call.
him.
Huh? Well, yeah, that security guard was like, "You're gonna get arrested," and the kid's like, "I don't believe you." I started
No,
laughing.
he was
dude.
scared.
But he's like, "I don't think you're telling the truth." Like, he's not gonna get fucking arrested. Like,
I hope a cop comes out and just tackles.
I told you to leave.
Just running tackles.
Yeah.
Police brutality.
So it's official. The Miz is going to face Daniel Bryan at SummerSlam, which honestly, this is
hope
definitely
Miz
one of the
goes
matches
over.
I'm highly excited for in regards to the situation. So,
Oh yeah, because they've been building up for it for quite a while.
dude, this has been going. I like how they're using the history going back to like 2010, and how they have just like. It's not necessarily building, for obviously a whole straight 8 years, but I mean, just at least with Daniel Bryan coming back from
There's
injury.
been little things here and there.
Yeah, dude. I mean, this is the match everybody wanted to see with them coming back and whatnot. So it's pretty exciting to finally see that the Miz is going to fight Daniel Bryan at
And
SummerSlam.
who's gonna win, the yes kicks or the it kicks?
Well, okay, so we want to talk about rumor and innuendo and all that good stuff. You have the rumor is that Daniel Bryan hasn't signed his contract for WWE at this point. So they're saying he may get the boot treatment if he decides. I mean, so he's gonna resign. I mean, just with the way it's standing out there with the way it's standing out there at this point in regards to the status with his family being associated with WWE. I mean, he definitely could. And you know what I
I think all
heard?
these kids are gonna get booted.
I know, dude. What is up with this? It's like a gang warfare out in front of us, guys. We're seeing like 20
Bunch of
kids out here.
12-year-olds.
The security guards keep walking past us while we're recording, and we're literally getting like their strategy plan. They're like, "All right, guys, we're gonna call the cops." I think we're gonna see the Yakima's finest here in a few moments. Here, arresting a bunch of peaceful little kids.
Well, they're
You
trespassing.
can't have fun here. You can't have fun.
They're trespassing.
Trespassing in a park.
It's not a park.
Oh, does the college own the park out here?
They own all this.
I thought this was a city park.
It is not a city
When
park.
I was a kid, this shit was a city park out
It is
there.
not a city park.
It's all owned by the college now. Are you serious? I
I
didn't
think it
even
always
know
was.
that.
I think it always was.
No, it
owned
wasn't,
by
dude.
the-
I grew up like down the fucking road from here. This is a city park, dude.
Well, either way, it's now not the city park.
Damn, dude, that's fucking some Nazi
They
shit
own
going
all of
on
this.
here.
Well, they've been trying to buy a whole bunch of stuff so they can have more parking.
I believe it. I mean, I don't
And they
doubt
need it
that
too.
this wasn't bought.
They need it too because it's almost
Yeah.
like some people almost kind of getting fights over.
No, I believe it, dude. I mean, when I lived down here, the parking was horrible, and this was like '95, dude. When I'm living down
It's still
here.
horrible.
Yeah, no,
They're
I
trying
believe.
to buy it
yeah.
across the street where it's been abandoned, or I don't know if it's abandoned, but it hasn't been used in
yeah.
like a couple of years, and they're trying to buy it.
There's a lot of areas around here where I'm like, oh, there used to be a house there. Now there's a parking lot. But, I mean, it's an expanding university or college or whatever the hell you
Well, they're
want to
trying
call
to turn it into a college from a community college. So
Trying to go from because, yeah, it's community college, university, right? Is that how it
Yeah,
ascends
something like that.
the ladder?
Yep.
So, all right, man. Yeah, we saw, like I said, we saw R-Truth versus Shinsuke Nakamura. So R-Truth getting some TV time.
Getting
Totally
jobbed at again.
does the JOB to Nakamura, which it's a solid win for.
I loved
Shinsuke.
how he said how he had to get the title shot was the same thing as everyone else by pinning Carmella.
Oh, that was great, dude. I laughed pretty hard at that line. I
So like on the
did.
one hand, why we should get a little more serious of a angle or a push or something. He's also really funny.
I think R-Truth is definitely like underrated in terms of his
He's
talent.
very underrated.
He's very underrated,
He's
dude.
great in the ring still.
Yeah, and he's like I said, dude. He's like in his 40s, bro. Like he's Chris Jericho status. He's still going, man. Yeah, no, dude. I'm a fan of R-Truth, and it's great to see him back.
Yep. He'll probably only be back for a couple weeks, but
We saw the Bludgeon Brothers in action. They squashed a couple no-name jabronis there, which
well, good.
then
They need to start doing that.
apparently because it has the names that it was that 3-on-2 handicap match. Okay, so but the names were kind of fun. It was Julio Rivera, Pavel Kozlov, and this is the kind of fun one is Keela Lee, which apparently is supposed to be and I'm probably mispronouncing it, but it's supposed to be a parody from what I heard of like Roman Reigns' NXT. Like somebody had pointed that out on a podcast I listened to. And it was his NXT name before he became Roman Reigns, so it's like a little bit of fun play on words there. So
Well, that's cool.
yeah, I don't know, man, but Bludgeon Brothers, solid squash match, fun little TV match. We're gonna ultimately see in our main event. We saw the New Day versus the Bar, which was nice to see this as the main event. I thought this was a nice change of pace and to feature the end, the finale of this tournament that's been carried out the last 3 weeks. And
Yeah.
I'm actually pretty satisfied with the New Day going over, and that's what we're getting for our SmackDown tag team match at SummerSlam.
And who are they facing again?
The Bludgeon Brothers. So it's Bludgeon
No, I
Brothers.
mean who are they facing?
The New Day. Oh, in the match, it was against the Bar.
Oh, the
Yeah,
Bar.
it was. Well, yeah, it was the Bar and the New Day in the finals, and ultimately we saw the New Day go over. So I'm okay with it. I'm Big E and Kofi Kingston continue to prove is they're good in the ring, man. They're again underrated talent, dude.
Yep, and they're still using the Freebird rule, I'm assuming.
It's pretty evident, yeah. But Xavier never gets in there. It's like once in a blue moon you see him wrestling in a match. Which again, he was my Money in the Bank pick this last year, man. Which apparently I just don't know what I'm doing when it comes to making picks anymore, Cody. So you're always the standard of logic on this show, and I'm just like I'm going with emotion. I'm right because like last week I'm like, oh yeah, this pay-per-view card looks all nice. I was pretty positive and stuff. This week I'm just like, the smoke's in the air, screw it. I'm just going to yell and scream, and we're just going to trash the whole product,
Well, I don't blame you.
Yeah. But that's what we got going, man. We got everything's pretty much booked up for SummerSlam. Here we are, 1 week away, pretty much.
Real quick, what is the SummerSlam card?
Yeah, we can definitely
Let's
go
look
ahead
that up, and then let's wrap this up like a...
Yeah, we got to wrap this
like a
up before the
Christmas
Popo
present.
shows up, that's for sure.
Yeah, they might arrest us.
They're going to arrest us, dude. All right, man. So for the card, we officially have 11 matches on the card again, proving that this is going to be a 6-hour event. At the very top, we got Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns, Alexa Bliss versus Ronda Rousey, AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe, the Bludgeon Brothers versus the New Day.
And how much you want to bet that Ronda Rousey is going to get jobbed out?
I think Ronda Rousey's going to take it. Unless they do shenanigans and then they save it for the Evolution pay-per-view. But I think it's SummerSlam. Again, I'm proven wrong all the time. So let's just assume you're right and she's going to do the job, okay? I'm just going to start agreeing with whatever your predictions are, bro.
Well, sometimes my predictions aren't right.
I know, but I would say at least 8 out of 10 times you get them right, so.
But yeah, I don't know. They might do another thing where she sort of doesn't do either. Where she doesn't job, but she doesn't win, and she sort of...
That's what I'm saying. I think
wins, they doesn't get the title.
They
or
can call
something.
shenanigans on it. But that's and again, that's WWE for you, dude. There's always shenanigans. We never get like a straight freaking what was the point of that Shinsuke Nakamura AJ Styles feud? Shinsuke Nakamura never won the world title. Okay.
There was no point.
There was no point. No point.
And it would have been different had there been something other than just a draw all the time. That would have been different. But
blatant ball shots. That's all we got out of that feud.
Pretty much.
So we're going to also see Braun Strowman defend the Money in the Bank title or briefcase against Kevin Owens. Dolph Ziggler versus Seth Rollins for the Intercontinental Championship. Carmella versus Becky Lynch versus Charlotte Flair, which we didn't talk about. But again, that's pure garbage at this point. So let's not even talk about it. Because the addition of Charlotte ruins it all. It's ruined.
It's already... They could go against. There's like 2 ways they could go. They could go, okay, everyone expects that Carmella's gonna lose it to Charlotte. That's what everyone assumes. So they could swerve everyone and go, nope, Becky wins it. You get what I'm saying? Right.
Well, that's what I was saying on the podcast last week is like kind of equating it to the Chris Benoit scenario back in 2004 was when they added Shawn Michaels to the triple threat, and it was like, what? It's supposed to be Triple H versus Chris Benoit, but it was basically just stacking the odds so that way Chris Benoit can, supposedly overcome the greater odds of 2 rather than just 1.
Yep.
So I get it, but it's just like, come on, like Asuka. I wanted Charlotte Asuka.
The other way they could go is Becky loses.
And turns on freaking Charlotte.
And she turns on Charlotte.
I don't want to see that. I don't want
to
see her. I don't want to see Becky Lynch as a heel. I want to see her as the babyface, dude. She's the Daniel Bryan of the WWE Women's Division.
So then maybe they could do the opposite, where Charlotte loses, Becky wins, and Charlotte turns heel again, because that's when she was actually interesting. As a heel.
Charlotte is way better.
And then they
as
have a
heel.
feud going forward, and Carmella does something else.
Book it, Cody. You're on the WWE payroll, man. I know that's exactly what's gonna happen. They're paying you.
Well, I don't know if that's what's going to happen.
You and Paul Heyman, bro.
It'd be
Write
interesting,
this.
and it would be something going forward.
So then we also have, for the Cruiserweight title, we have Cedric Alexander versus Drew Gulak, which I don't watch 205. I mean, Leo Rush is getting pushed, and I just want to
think
see
that's
him
going to
with
be on the pre-show.
Yeah, hopefully it's on the main show. I mean, I like
it's
the
getting
Cruiserweight.
pre-showed.
Shinsuke Nakamura versus Jeff Hardy, Finn Balor versus Baron Corbin, and Daniel Bryan versus The Miz.
Which, frankly,
That's your 11 matches, brother.
I don't even know why. Wait, is Shinsuke versus Hardy?
Yeah, dude, it's not even.
Why?
It's not even a triple threat match yet. They may not even involve Randy Orton. It's gonna be shenanigans, dude. He's gonna come out there and fuck Jeff Hardy over. That's exactly
Why
what's
is the
gonna happen.
match even Shinsuke?
It's Jeff Hardy's rematch from losing to the ball shot last month.
Well, what was up with the ball shot? He wasn't even high or drunk or anything.
Yeah, I know. That was Jeff Hardy's
Sting made
quickest
him look a little better.
professional wrestling match outside of being intoxicated in the ring against Sting.
And he was. I don't even know who let him out, but. Anyways, moving on.
Moving on, that's
Like,
your
why is it not
SummerSlam
Randy
card, bro.
Orton and Hardy? Why is it not Randy Orton and Hardy? So Randy Orton can come out again and screw him or something?
It's what's gonna happen, I suppose. I don't know what they're doing, dude. I mean, they may add Randy Orton, but why would then you got 2 triple threat matches? Like, I don't want to see 2 triple threat.
I barely want to see one because
I mean, they're trying to do the Raw tag team title is not even on the line yet, and they have the match going down next Monday, so that's still to be determined. So we're probably looking at like 13 matches on this card, maybe. I don't know. I'm somewhat excited, I suppose. I mean, I'll enjoy it the day it's here, but I mean, next week I don't really expect much more to happen, so I'm just kind of like, all right, let's get to SummerSlam already.
Yeah, so we can work towards Survivor Series.
Yeah, right. Which will ultimately be boring as shit.
Yeah, because they keep going away from the Survivor Series element.
You get War Games though. War Games in NXT. That's one thing. That's one thing
The last one was pretty decent.
Yeah, that was pretty fun. That was pretty fun.
No, I think we're about done.
I think we're done, Cody. Cody, thank you for coming on the Totally Unnecessary Wrestling podcast, and thank you to all our listeners bearing through this episode.
Oh, real quick.
Yes.
I think we should finally announce what we're planning for October.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Go for it. Official announcement.
Official announcement. Super official. We're going to be super serious about this.
Super serial.
We had come up with a couple different names for this, and both of them were already used. Some of them really childishly used for like Disney or something. So I've decided to start a mini-series podcast that I may possibly take forward after October.
Ooh, it's exciting.
And we're going to call it Something Moved. The Something Moved podcast.
The Something Moved podcast.
And the reason is because it's based off of a song that never got used, which I think is kind of weird, but it was done by Fraley's Comet off their self-titled album from 1987. If you've ever listened to it, it's totally a song that should have been on like Friday the 13th Part 7 or something. Sort of like He's Back, Man Behind the Mask by Alice Cooper.
Yeah.
I don't know why it was never used, but it wasn't. And we are planning to do it every Wednesday. There's 5 Wednesdays. The last Wednesday is the 31st. And so we plan to have 5 different little podcasts for this. And we may, hopefully, if everything goes well, possibly have a guest or 2 as a bonus episode.
Ooh, surprises, Cody. Well, I am
So what are we going to discuss?
excited.
What are we going to discuss for this?
Dude, it's whatever you want, man. I think we.
Well, no, you know what we're going to discuss.
Well, like horror films.
Not the topic for each episode, but because we haven't gotten that far, we're still kind of scooping that.
Well, don't tell the listeners that. You already give them the surprise. Then we talk shop after, and then we'll figure it out. We'll flesh it out, and these people are going to enjoy it, dude. We're going to get millions of downloads.
I mean, what are we going to discuss? We're going to discuss horror films and
horror films and what else?
Directors, scores that we like,
music.
Halloween.
I'm sure we're going to talk about docking. We're going to talk about docking, aren't we?
We're going to do an entire episode about docking. What are you talking about?
Kind of off subject, man. I was on Twitter.
And real quick. Mm-hmm. All these people starting to talk crap about Freddy Krueger.
Who's talking crap about Freddy Krueger?
People are starting to talk crap about him.
Dude, Dream Warriors was coming in 4th place on that poll.
Yeah,
that's
4th.
I saw that. I was like, what the fuck? like, how the fuck is this? Like, Hellraiser is the only competition. Like, Lost Boys is cool, Evil Dead 2 is cool, but Dream Warriors overdoes Hellraiser 1. I think,
had a gimmick. We had a gimmick. I mean, let's be real. I love Evil Dead, but it's a gimmick.
Yeah.
It's a comedic gimmick.
Yeah.
So we had
Lost
Evil
Boys
Dead
is basically
and
Twilight, but 30 years before. You see those memes, and it's like,
which I came
it's
up,
like
which I said on
Kiefer
the
Sutherland. Like, don't get me wrong, it's badass, but dude, that was way fucking corny as shit for those times. I bet.
Well, yeah, and it's like
It's
sort
a
of
good
like
movie, though.
it's too slick a little bit,
Yeah, but they do look like monsters, and it's great.
and it's cool.
Way better than Twilight.
It's cool and all, but come on, I don't even think when was Buffy the Vampire Slayer the movie?
It's like 90. It was around. It was like a little bit after, because that's like 87. So I think it was like 95, 94, somewhere in there.
I could have swore it was like 91, 90.
Nah, it wasn't.
But either way, it's still not even the best vampire film of that decade. Which, Fright Night.
Fright Night was amazing.
With Chris Sarandon.
It's amazing. Well, that's just a little preview of what people could be expecting here this October,
But
bro.
yeah, if I hear any more people talk crap or, demean Freddy and sort of like, he's not that great.
You start
Or
whooping
Freddy
some
was
ass,
never
dude.
great or whatever. I'm gonna start doing some DDTs
social-
and cutting some promos on people.
Yeah, dude, I think we're going to have to drop some elbows, bro. So, yeah, dude, I'm Kevin Porter.
Atomic elbows.
Cody James. We'll see
Dropping
you
the
guys.
atomic elbow on y'all.
Yeah, next time, bitches. What?